Alrighty then. Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 207. What is the best age to start writing? Now. Right now. It's okay. If you couldn't start 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, then start now. Any time is a good time because it comes back to the storytelling. You could tell a story when you were 5. Just remember when your mom caught you with your hand in the cookie jar? You had a story going, didn't you? You told it. Human beings are natural storytellers. You can develop that skill over time. Putting it down on writing is a little bit different skill that's learned. The same thing as storytelling, the core of a book, then gets put down on paper. There are different elements that you can do in the written word. And how do you learn them? By doing them. So if you start early, then you learn more easily as it goes on. You learn over time. You're not forced into, geez, I'm 70 years old. I only have like 3 years left on the planet. I have to learn all this stuff. Well, you have to learn just enough. But all those life lessons, think about all of that. You've got all of that you can put into your book, into your story to keep it interesting enough that maybe the technical details of scene changes and things like that aren't as necessary to get right and have smooth. You can smooth those out later, but you've got to get that core story down. And just because you have more experience doesn't mean it's better experience or that it's a better view and makes for a better book. I think my 20 years in the Marine Corps helped out a lot of my military sci-fi because I have those experience to add the realism and deliver that into the story. And I still have people who give me reviews saying, man, you should know something about the military before you write about it, or correct me on shooting terms and stuff like that. Okay. You're always going to get that. So what amount of experience is the right amount? Exactly that. Yes, it's the right amount. Tell a story. If you're getting factual type stuff wrong, you can research. It's the 21st century. Hop on Google, do the research, ask experts, join craft groups or professional groups. There's a group Patrick O'Donnell runs called Cops and Writers. If you have elements in there which have a police part, you can get it right by asking the pros, asking those people who have served, who have been on the streets doing the job. Anything nowadays you can find. Sex workers, you can find them online to answer questions, people, former ones. It's all stuff that adds realism. Research, you don't have to be too old or too young to do research, especially if it isn't firsthand knowledge. If you have the firsthand knowledge, that's good enough. People are going to have different experiences and say, well, you're wrong. Doesn't matter. What matters is how you craft that into the story and then move it forward. So what age is the right age for that? I recently my sister found a notebook of mine in her trash. I don't know why it was there. Handwritten. Yeah, my very first novel, I was 13. Hand wrote it on a number of notebooks. Unfortunately, this is only chapters 8 through 14. Better than nothing. Wrote it when I was 13. I looked through it. I'm like, oh man, juvenile language. However, I learned as I grew. And I bet you the very end of that book was better written than the beginning of the book. Because, hey, you don't get better if you don't practice something. That's my golf game right now because I haven't played in 2 years. So I didn't practice. I'm not better. I'd like to think I would be. Just go out there and naturally kill it. But I know I'm not going to. So writing. What age is the right age? Right now. There's no time like the present. Write. And then write some more. And because that's how you get better. So, hey, a 5-minute focus that's under 5 minutes. That's kind of cool. You're never too old to learn. There's a lot of stuff to learn. Starting young helps. If you didn't start when you were young, starting now is great. If you're old, I'm 58. It's okay. I can write. I write every day, and I keep writing, and I keep trying to get better. I know people who are in their 80s and are writing and trying to do better each day. You're never too old to learn. You're never too old to get those words down. You're never too young to get those words down. So do that too. All right. Peace, fellow humans.